Hello and thank you so much for clicking on my video blog. My name is Sunday Sunday. We are bringing you this video blog by the courtesy of Inspiration for Success. We have a page on Facebook which I want to encourage you to like my page on Facebook. It's called Inspiration for Success with Sunday. I promise you, you're going to like the content that we have there. Today I've come with another episode of the video blog, and I hope that you like this one today. You know that sometimes in life we wonder, what is the essence of life? I mean, are we just here to labor, sweat and die? Am I just here to be born, be raised, go to school, get good grades if I can, and then when I finish, go to school some more, get some higher degree, and then they say, oh, start up your own business, or get a job in a good place, find somebody who is good looking and lovely to marry, raise children, and then make your children repeat the same cycle that you have gone through. Is that what this life is all about? I don't think that is all that life should be about. I think life should be more interesting. You see, as human beings, we are always having such an insatiable appetite for more. We want more of this, more of that, more success, more and greater glory. But you see, this insatiable drive for success, it will lead us to an abyss of depression if care is not taken. Because we need to realize that there is more to life than just succeeding, than just achieving. There should be something more, because so after you have been some people's boss, after you have been some people's parent or father, after you have been some people's pastor, after you've been loving your wife, after you've been a good kid to your parents, after you've been a loving friend, you've been a responsible citizen in the country, what more is there for you? When your titles and your obligations and responsibilities are taken away from you, who are you? I'm asking you today, who are you? What else is there for you when you take away all your responsibilities? Today I'm talking to you on a topic I have called, who is loving you? Handy, who is loving you? Shino, who is loving you? Tembo, who is loving you? Priscilla, who is loving you? Wale, who is loving you? David, who is loving you? Lanre, who is loving you? Do you care about yourself? Because you see, the greatest cry in our heart as human beings is always like, what's in it for me? What about me? It is a noble thing to live for other people. It's an incredible commitment to be a helper of destiny of many. But don't forget yourself. We have to take care of the geese that lays the golden egg. What happens to you when you lose you? After you've taken care of every other person, who's going to take care of you? So that's what my talk to you today is all about. Because until when you find out how to love you, then every other love that you're showing to other people is still substandard. Now, I'm not talking about becoming excessively obsessed with yourself. I'm not talking about being selfish. But even the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. Many of us don't love ourselves. We don't pay attention to ourselves. I'm saying to you that there should be time in your life when you hang up the close sign. There should be moments in our lives that are sabbatic. Moments in our lives when we just want to get away from it all. Because you see, if you don't slow down the way you're going, you're burning the candle at both ends, you're going to run out. When you give yourself to the whole world, what will be left for you? This is why marriages break up, because they say, I've been loving him and loving him. I've been there for these children. I just feel like there should be more for me. But who says you can't have more? As you're doing your roles, as you are seeing to your responsibilities, you can take time to look after yourself. But the broadcast that you are watching is Inspiration for Success with Sunday. I am your friend and brother. My name is Sunday, S-U-N-D-A-Y, simply put. And today, I'm talking to you about who is loving you. You see, you are no good to anyone else unless you are at your best. So it's important that we take care of ourselves. Otherwise, every performance that we make, every success that we record is still quite minimal, is still substandard. But when you are at your best, people can have the best of you. You see, a dysfunctional person cannot achieve success for too long. Even when they do, they are prone to have a meltdown. So why don't we take care of the things that pertains to us? I want to know, what about me? I want to be a great dad. I want to be a good preacher. I want to be a responsible citizen. I don't want nobody to find fault with me. But who's going to look after me? Sunday better look after Sunday, because it's nobody's responsibility to look after you. You've got to look out for you. I'm talking to you about who is loving you. You see, there is no true success. There is no real prosperity without internal prosperity. Unless you prosper inside, every achievement you have on the outside, they are still very, very insignificant. And I want to talk to you through a few things towards internal prosperity. The first thing I'd like to say to you is, don't neglect yourself. It's so easy to know, right? Okay, give me a minute. It's so easy to know, but we don't do it. Don't neglect yourself. No matter what you do, see, if you were dead, the world will still go on. You are leaving yourself behind because you care for those children, because you care for that man. While you are neglecting yourself, he's not going to find you attractive anymore. While you are saying to the church, and you think without you the work will not go on, you are not improving yourself, you are not having adequate rest, you are not taking time off to be creative, you are not giving other people an opportunity to develop themselves, you're going to run out one day. They're going to get used to all your gimmicks. You're going to run out of tricks from your bag of tricks. And then they sit down there like, we've had it all. What more have you got? So don't neglect yourself. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to how you look. Pay attention to what you do. Before you go out of the house, take extra minute to look at your choice of what you're wearing. Pay attention to the things that matters to you. If your body is feeling pain, don't numb it, don't ignore it, pay attention to it. If there are certain foods that causes some allergic reaction or that upsets your system, pay attention to yourself. Don't touch them again. If you're getting heart palpitation, if you're getting excessively tired, you need to see a doctor. Because if you don't slow down, you'll be dying slowly. Next thing I'd like to say to you is, learn to create your own atmosphere. See, to achieve true success, you've got to have internal prosperity. And another key to having internal prosperity is dwelling in your own atmosphere. See, when you are in your own atmosphere, your success is guaranteed. If you take a fish out of the pool and put it on the grass, on the lawn, what do you expect it to do? It wasn't meant to run on the grass. It wasn't meant to live on the grass. And so you're going to think, stupid thing. It can't even run. It can't even crawl. But take that fish, drop it back in the pool, and you will see the amazing gifted creature that God has made. You don't thrive everywhere. Don't deceive yourself. Even those who are highly talented, they are not going to shine everywhere. There is a place for you. There is an environment that works for you. So you got to know what works for me. Some people are more creative in a chaotic environment. When there is trouble, their adrenaline goes up and then they think fast. Others need a quiet, very, very serene environment for them to get in touch with their creative parts. So you got to know the atmosphere that works for you. Before you decide on someone to marry, what kind of company do you enjoy? A quiet one or a chatty one? A creative one? Or the one that's just going to be a fan applauding you? It's not a complex. If you do better with somebody that supports you, that doesn't threaten you, you go for it. Learn to create your own atmosphere. And then as we go on, the next thing I like to say to you is learn to exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You wonder what will happen to you if all you do is breathe in and you never breathe out. You know what's going to happen? You're going to pass out. You're going to run out of breath. So this is the same thing we do to ourselves. When all we do is getting busy, doing this, doing that, never taking time to just let it all out. You need to take time off to exhale. Inhale, exhale. In the same way in life, you must take time to cool off. You must find a way to decompress with style. See, we are surrounded by pressure. Stress is part of life. But all kinds of stress are not good for us. Most part of stress are very creative, they are very productive. Without them, we will still be living in the Stone Age. We will still be living in caves. It's because of pressure that made man to be so creative that got us to where we are today. But after you have been devising, after you have been creating, after you've been conquering the world, you must find somewhere to go and decompress with style. Sometimes all you need is just silence. Silence is a healer. When you are all bungled up, when you are all tensed up, you just need to go home to a quiet place. You need to go to a quiet home. You don't want somebody that is going to talk you out. Spouses, you need to understand what works most with your partner. Sometimes you just need to let them be. Some other time, all you need is just to stay longer in the shower. Some other time, you need to go for a walk. Learn to exhale. Sometimes you probably need to get away from everyone else, from the noisy city. Go somewhere quiet to repossess your soul, far from the madding crowd. We're talking about who is loving you. When you do some of these things I'm telling you, you find out that you are functioning at your optimal level. I'm telling you. These are MOTs for life. To make sure that your engine is running well, to make sure that you are adequately in shape. You see, those who strive, those who work hard, they need time to rest. Talking about internal prosperity on the title, Who is Loving You? I like to mention two more things, or three or thereabout. The next one is be nice to yourself. You see, you'll be nice to so many people. What about you? You buy gifts for people on their birthdays. When was the last time you bought something for yourself? You allow others to get by with mistakes. I understand you're still learning. I'm not mad at you. Can you say that to yourself? Sunday, I'm not mad at you. Yes, you messed up, but well, things happen. You're going to get it right next time. Be nice to yourself. Reward yourself sometimes when you achieve a great feat. Appreciate yourself that you are improving, that you're not where you used to be. Pamper yourself a little when you deserve it. Sometimes you need to award yourself some kind of trophy. Say, Sunday, you need an extra hour in bed. Don't get up at the same time you used to get up. Stay longer in bed for an hour. You deserve it. So that you can reward yourself. Then life will be worth living. You feel like going out there the next time. Sometimes you need to change the way you look. People have known you with that hairstyle since you were a teenager. You've been wearing that spectacle with the same frame since you were young. There's nothing wrong if you wear glasses. Go around and shop for a new frame, something more stylish, something more that will accentuate your look. Be nice to yourself. You probably can use a bit of an upgrade in your wardrobe as well. You are the one who is working. Your wife is looking good, or your husband is looking good, the children are looking nice. But what about you? Come on, do something for you. We've been talking about who is loving you. And I've been just chatting here and there with you on keys toward personal or internal prosperity. Because unless you do well internally, you really can't be at your best on the exterior, you know what I mean? And as I bring this to a close, I like to mention that you should put a value on yourself. Don't sell yourself cheap. Don't sell yourself cheap. Whoever do not think that you are worth anything, don't spend your time on them. Don't give your time to those who don't think you are worth something. And also don't find yourself being unnecessarily apologetic. Just because you are driven doesn't mean you should be sorry. Don't be sorry that you have a dream. Don't be sorry that you are smart. Don't be sorry that you are cute. Don't be sorry that you are good looking. Don't be sorry that you are successful. You are working hard. Many people can't enjoy what their hand has earned them because they feel guilty that those around me are not like this. No, come on, put a value on yourself. You've come this far. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And every battle is not your war. Don't get involved in something. There are some people who don't think you are worth anything. They don't care jack about you. And you're having sleepless nights because of that. I'm not saying be selfish or not caring, but you can't put the whole world on your head. You can't help everybody. Some of you are working, sending money to your kings, to your folk, and then you have nothing. There is nothing for the future for your children. What happens if you have an accident? What you gonna live on? Please put a value on yourself. And lastly, I want to say, don't be too hard on you. Don't be too hard on yourself.